I think it is recording. Yeah, you can able to see my desktop also.
Yes.
Yeah. So just I am checking. You can see my applications or not. This is Postman. You can see or not. Just I am checking you guys. This is Postman. You can able to see,
Yeah.
and this is MySQL. You can able to see, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I am sharing all of my systems. Yeah. So now thing is that I what I have given you guys in the Fresco doc. Okay. This is my project, test project. Okay. This is the Spring Boot project, which is using the REST application, REST services. Okay. So, what are the things when you import any Spring Boot framework? Now, these are the starters is coming up automatically. JPA also there. JPA means persistence API. So, any kind of database connectivity, it will connect automatically from the Java bean. Okay. So that is one of the added advantage for the REST service to use in the Spring Boot. Okay. So Spring Boot having a lot of advantages that we are using. We are not using similar to the course it is mentioned, the RxX jar file. So that was used in the Eclipse before Spring Boot has come. Okay. So we are using REST services of the Spring Boot only. Okay. So this is the POM file. Just I am mentioning this is the okay JPA, which is the added advantage, and these are the starters. When you are using starters, so you are not using RxS REST service. Okay, other things are fine. Kafka is for scheduling. We are not going to use. Just it is coming automatically. Okay, so yeah, and I am going to use MySQL. Okay, so when we are doing this, no any Spring Boot application. Okay, one pop-up is coming. Any Spring Boot application. Always suppose I am making a application test, so it is coming as test application. This is just by default. It comes when you run. Just you can see the log info test application is running or not. Okay. So there are folders controller, model. Okay. So model and controller is only the things. I think in our course, what is the difference I am telling? There is no controller right now. Okay, they are doing everything in the model only. I'm not sure, but yeah, that is the thing. And when you are using JPA, no, we have a property file also, that is application properties in the resources folder. Okay, so if I open this, no, so what is happening? I am just putting my SQL, my SQL 8. I am using actually. Why I am using it? Because this is the Hibernate things. It is using my SQL 8 dialect. Okay. So this is my SQL connectivity as usual. We are not putting inside the code. We are putting inside the property file, application properties. Okay. So this is the thing, user ID, password. So that's fine. So no other things, and any log file information. This is important. Any kind of issues and all, it will appear here. Okay. So now what I will do? So I have Hibernate. I have Spring Boot. Okay. And anyone know why we are using Spring Boot framework? Just little basic thing. Anyone? We can use anything, right? Why we are going to Spring Boot? Any idea? Any idea? Fine, right? Sachin or Abhishek, Gunjan.
No, I don't have any.
Ah, okay. Okay, fine. Just Spring Boot. See, any
Using it because
hello. Rashmi is not there.
are we like using it because there is like it implements the MVC model more efficiently.
Yeah, little bit okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah. See, for MVC model and all, we have Spring MVC framework, or we can go some older framework like Struts framework and all. So what is happening? There are any services. Suppose we write one service. Suppose insert data or get data or modify data or anything. So what we have to do? We have to write different controller. Okay. So what is happening actually? We are writing some services in one controller. Okay. So that services are called microservices. Okay. Together we are writing inside a controller. So if you see in this code, just I am trying to explain you what I am going to do. Okay. So I have a user. This is my model. Okay. This is my model. I have a user. So this is my simple Java class. Okay. User class. Okay. Forget about serializable and all because it is going to the network and all, and it needs to be serialized. Okay. So the state of the object will be saved. So that is different thing. So in the user class, okay, in the user class, I have user ID, I have first name, I have last name, and I have salary. Okay. So what is happening now? So I want to insert the data. I want to delete the data. I want to modify data, or I want to view the data. So I don't have a controller like user insert controller, user view controller, or something like that. I have only one controller. Okay. And state of the object is maintained here. So this is only one controller. So what it is doing? It is see. If you see here, create user, update user, okay, and if you see down, probably get user and delete user. All these things are working. Okay. So now we have used Hibernate. No? So for Hibernate, what we have to do? So if we are coming here. So we have to go with the table name. Okay. Suppose I want to use this is the table, any table. Okay. When you are giving the table name and you are using entity, okay, so you will get either JSON messages to that table and response also coming in a JSON messages format. So what we have given the table name. Now what are the columns? So I have to specify the columns also. Okay. Suppose column name is user ID, first name, column name, last name, salary. Okay. So again, we are mentioning these things that database properties in the application property file. Okay, as I showed. So when you create this table here, so similar structure should be there in the MySQL. So according to this, okay, according to uh, this user ID, this is the database, okay, and that table is mentioned in the user Java. That table, it should appear in my MySQL. Okay, so this is the MySQL esc test underscore. So you see user ID. How I have mentioned there, no same name I have to give. First name, last name. If I give another name, so what will happen when I start the Tomcat server? No, it will check in the database what is mentioned and what is mentioned in the Java file. Okay, that is same or not. Okay, so if it is something different, I can delete the table. Then my server will not run. The server will check with the Hibernate what is the table name, what is the data. Okay, so this is the ID generated value. Okay, so this is auto generation actually. So ID we need not have to insert. So it will any data you will enter as a first name, last name, salary. This ID will generate automatically into the table, database table. Okay, you can able to see my table right in MySQL here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so ID will be generated automatically. That is the thing. Okay.
ID is like a primary key
This
for
is the
your.
primary key. So
Okay.
when we are putting generate value, no,
Yeah.
so it will enter automatically.
Okay. Okay.
And we can mention here also our controller.
Okay.
So this is the thing.
Yes.
Hi, Nitin. Mohit here.
Hello, yeah.
In model, there is a user.java. So why we use serial version UID, the variable name?
Yeah, UID, right? You are telling user
Yeah,
ID. User ID.
No, no, no. The private static final long, the variable serial version ID,
Okay.
UID. Yeah,
Okay. This is you are telling. Yeah.
yeah.
This is you can see any follow files, right? When you are doing any serial role classes and all, so it is coming there automatically when you create the file, Java class file. You can remove this.
Okay,
Yeah. So you can remove this one also, but it comes when you create any serial files and all. Okay.
okay.
Okay, so controller, we are having all this, and we mentioned, see, how our URL should look like. This is API slash user, okay? And we have to mention what application properties we are using. So this is classpath application properties, property source. And we have to mention REST controller. So just check one thing when you guys are doing the course. No, this is not there. This annotation REST controller is not there in our course. Okay, because we are not using REST controller program. Okay, that's why I am giving this example. Okay,
Yeah, Janet.
yeah,
In the value where the property source is given, after ignore resource not found equal to true, value equal to class path colon application dot properties.
yeah.
So how do we set this class path here?
Because anything you are putting inside the resources, no, you have to mention like this on here.
Okay.
So this is
And
the resources
is
for
not
that
found.
we are putting here. This is the as per the framework we have to put here.
Okay, got it.
So we have to mention that so that these properties will come there. Okay. So anyway, so in case of update, we have to give the user ID which value you are going to update, and all these details are there. How we update the DB. So this is the things. Now, once everything is done, no, and just what we are just doing a mapping with the database. Okay, so your table name should be same as the database table name and all of everything. So now, if I run the application, okay, what it is doing, run as a Spring Boot application. So it will check with the Tomcat with the Hibernate things. Okay. Yeah, with the screen. You can able to see this screen now. Not yet started. See Hibernate commands and all starting completed. Dialect, so all these things. So if I delete the table from this database now, it will not even start. Okay. So now just tell me how we can test this REST service, whether it is working or not, my all this data and all. What?
In Postman.
Yeah. So
In
Postman and
Postman using that URL.
yeah. Yeah, throw Postman also, throw SOAP UI also we can do or not?
In SOAP also we have
Yeah,
respect,
SOAP,
but I
SOAP
tried with
UI also we can do. Uh, we can create a REST service project. Either we can create a SOAP project or we can create a REST service. One second, Rasmi is calling me. Hello. Yeah, Rasmi. Oh, you can able to join now? Yeah, just join. Okay. Just I start. Yeah, Rasmi will join now. So yeah, fine. We can use the SOAP UI, we can use the Postman, and we can use the REST client also. So I have created one REST client also. I will run that later on. Not UT client, REST client. Please. User. So this is the URL. Just I am putting here, and I can run it. What is the status? I can able to get it. Just it is. I just created this one as similar to the course. So now go back to the this project. So this is the things. It is there in the database, and even it is there in the Java file. So by Hibernate is the replica, and it is fine with the my database. In case of it is not matching now. So what will happen? It will throw me error here. Okay, that also I will show you. Now how to test. So Postman, what you guys opened the Postman already, right? Hello.
Yes.
Postman always you have to go to the body, right? Body, and we are using JSON. So we are selecting JSON. So REST service has the advantage of using text, JSON, HTML, XML, everything. So only we are using XML. So we are using JSON here. Okay. So I have already, you have seen, right? This data I entered earlier. So this data is already there. Okay. I am sending one more data. Suppose Gyanendra Dewan, Gyanendra 111, Dewan 111, and salary a little bit more. Okay. This is not get. This is I am. When sending the data, it should be post, right? And URL should be like this. Only user, to user. I'm sending it. So you can see the log messages. So it is going. So user ID automatically updated as 4. Okay. So now earlier the data was there only one data. Now there are two data, right? It's coming here. Now we'll see the get message. Okay. Get the data. So what we have to do? Which one we want? We want the first value, right? So putting 3. Same. So you see in the down that data is coming right from the table, right? You can able to see, or I want the second data, one controller only. Okay, second data can be 111. Like that, I can delete the data also. Which data I will delete? I will delete the data not for third one. Okay. So successfully deleted the user. So now I'll use get here. Definitely I will not get right. Some error because it is not there. But we'll get a fourth one. I'm getting it here. So similar thing will happen here also. Only one data is there now. So my data is what my is Pozo. Okay. So which I have converted to the REST service. How I am converting with Hibernate. This is the table name. And these all are the column names of the tables. Anything you are doing mistake, it will give error. Same name it should be. And controller also I am mentioning as the annotation REST controller. Okay. And mapping is API user. Okay. Again, yeah, same URL you can use in your how I have done in the Postman. Similar API you can use in the REST client also. This is a very small lines of code. So I want to see the third user which is not present now. Okay. So let me see what it gives. It should give some error, right? run as will run as a Java application. Server is not there. Okay, 500. This is error. Status code 500 is error. But I will change it to 4, which data is present. And I am using get method. Here it is mentioned as postman get. Run as Java application. So it is coming, right? Select this, Hibernate equal to this. This is fine. Right? So that is the thing. So any other thing you want to know? Simple, right? It is different than what is there in the course, but it is the latest code actually. How inside the Spring Boot we use the REST services by using the REST controller. Fine, Sachin. Any other doubt?
No, that now is fine.
Janendra,
Yeah.
can you just walk us through the user controller.java? What all is mentioned and why?
User controller.java.
Yeah, just a small walkthrough.
Okay. See, there are, as I told, no, 4 methods are there. One is update. Update also there. I have not shown you guys. So update is also there. So the request for the user is the table information. So I mentioned as per the user ID, it is doing. So this is mentioned here. And URL is also like API and user, and it is the REST controller. And every details of the database coming from the Hibernate with this one. Okay, what update DB is there? That is the similar method to take automatically from the body and all, from the user service and all. Now we have the get user. What we have to do with the user ID. So this value also we have mentioned in the bin classes, right? User classes. So we are passing. So we are getting the users. So actually Hibernate is doing everything. Again, delete user is there. So deleting that is okay. Delete user. So simple is this is simple. Controller is very simple. Rest of this is a kind of POSO. Okay. These hash code and equal methods are always there in the Java, but we are overriding. Okay. Why we are overriding? Suppose same first name you are sending, even though you are then also it should return false, but automatically it will return false only because it will not return false, but we have to, because same name we are passing should return false. It should not allow. So that is the thing. This is the result of the status code. So hash code. That is we are overriding. Okay. This is default method. If you don't write also it's fine. And this is the for the long message to string. So simple only one table, user table with these datas. So we are using Hibernate. We are using REST services of the Spring Boot, and this is definitely different than our course. And they are using JAX-RS jar file in the pom.xml file actually. Okay. So that is the difference. UT client or not UT, REST client also I have shown. Now we can capture it and you can capture this by the URL. Okay. So that's the thing. Fine, right? And I will show where I have kept this code. Press code off. Rita has created one hands-on training, right? So she created one folder, so and she given the file there. So parallel to that, I created the REST folder and I put all this one here, this rest.g. Inside that everything is there. Even that resources folder, it is not used. Okay, this you can able to see, right, how to create that table just for syntax only. This is the table, create table user ID first name last name. This is the exactly you have to put into the database. Okay, it's better if you guys do this. And just make sure, because application properties, I have mentioned MySQL 8. If you are using MySQL some different version, you can put that also here. Okay. And always in this kind of REST service application, whatever SQL you are using here, no, it will automatically get triggered when you use some command line interface here. And there is some new features also, command line interface, that is also not there in the course. So what will happen when you run the Spring Boot project as a Spring Boot? No, it will run this. I have not done this. I am manually created the table. Okay. So manually I have created a table. So that's the thing. Now, if you want to see, no, uh, if I drop the table, there is only one table. Drop table, drop table, or only test table. What is the syntax? Okay. Okay. So now, so tables. That table is not there. Okay. So what will happen when I run my Spring Boot? I'm stopping on test application. I'm running again. Okay. See, Hibernate nested exception. Why it has come?
Because
Hello.
there is no table. Yeah, there is no table in the
Also mentioned here,
database.
right?
Yeah,
Table
mentioned
2
here.
is missing.
Yeah.
Fine, right? Yeah, I think that's it because this is the thing. If you guys run it, no, so what will happen? Then you can able to know what is there in the course with RxJS jar file, and if you run this one in your system, then you know what how REST services can be used by using the Spring Boot REST controller. Okay, plus how we can use Hibernate to connect to the database. Right? So better if you run these things in your own system, and I showed the part also, so that will be fine, right?
Yes.
Now I don't know how to answer. Okay, I have to this one also, right? That recording I have to stop it, right? It's not like very.
It will be, I think, Raman's application.
Yeah, any question?
Ajinendra,
Yeah.
if we create a file parallel to the application dot properties,
Uh,
when we run our Spring Boot project,
yeah, you need to say any SQL file or what?
yeah, SQL file,
Yeah. You have to
then
use CLI interface actually into the Spring Boot CLI interface. Okay. Then only it will be executed when Tomcat server will be running. This one will be executed. So if table is not there, automatically when
yes,
I run Tomcat server, it will be executed there. That code is
can we create table in this even under test.sql?
yeah, it will run. So that is CLI interface we have to put, but that I have not done.
Okay.
Here on this model. So when you run this, it will run the model also, and it will run that also. I think that example is also not there. Even this is also not there in the course. I'm not sure it is there or not. Probably not there. Yeah. Any other thing, Sachin? Fusion, Rasmi.
Can you hear? That doesn't have been stored in user Java until columns, the hash code there, in which it's saying true and false for user ID, name, first name, and salary. It's a kind of validation, is it?
Yeah, update true or false. These are all database kind. Whether you
No,
can.
no, no. Below this hash code, after hash code.
Which one?
Yeah, post this.
Okay.
This equals overridden method is for validation, is it?
This is for validation while inserting. They will check the object. No? So that is actually
Okay.
inbuilt method inside. So some modification is there. So that's what.
Okay, okay.
If you
Also, one more thing. After taking this project, we have to simply import it and run, right?
you
Any other
can
configuration or dependency changes?
no nothing. Just import as a Maven project. Okay.
Okay.
And just you have to change here as per your database here. Your database may not
Yeah,
be
yeah.
this, right. So this is the only change, not other things.
Okay. Clear.
Okay, fine then. We can leave, right? Or if nothing, no question is there. So just I want to request you guys, if you do this one, this is the latest code for the Spring REST service, and probably better than little bit better than what is there in the course. So you will have some idea of Hibernate or REST service of the Spring Boot kind, right? And some different annotation also. So do this parallel to your course, so it will be easy for you guys.
Okay, Ganesh.
Okay, thanks then.
Thank you, Janindra.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Not
Okay,
any.
Ganesh.
Thanks.